Are you struggling to check if an array is empty in jQuery? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into the best methods to determine if your array has any elements. I totally get it. It can be confusing when you have multiple ways to check if an array is empty. You might be wondering which method is the most efficient or the most reliable. You're in the right place to find out. Let's look at the specific question from a user who asked, what is the best procedure to check if an array is empty or not in jQuery? They mentioned trying 3 different methods. Let's break them down. The user provided 3 different approaches: checking if the array is not null, using array.isArray, and checking the length of the array. Each method has its own pros and cons, and understanding these will help you choose the right one. Stay tuned. At the end of this video, I'll reveal the best practice for checking if an array is empty, along with a bonus tip that could save you time in your coding projects. To determine if an array is empty in jQuery, the user can start by checking if the variable is indeed an array. This can be done using the array.isArray method. Next, the user should check the length of the array. An empty array will have a length of 0, so this is a straightforward way to determine if it contains any elements. The user might also want to ensure that the array is not null before performing these checks. This adds an extra layer of safety to the code. In summary, the best approach is to combine these checks. First, verify that the variable is an array, then check if it is not null, and finally check its length. Fun fact: in programming, an empty array is still considered an array. It's like having a box with nothing inside. It's still a box. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user suggests a straightforward method to check if an array is not empty. They recommend using the array's length property. Specifically, they say to use the condition if array.length is greater than 0. Let's take a look at another answer from another user. This user suggests that checking the length of the array is a good approach, but warns about a potential issue. If an undefined value is included in the array, it may still report a length greater than 0, even though it appears empty. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. An alternative approach to check if an array is empty is to define a function called isEmptyArray. This function takes an array as an argument and returns true if the array is empty or undefined. It uses a simple check on the length property of the array. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. An alternative approach to check if an array is empty is to use the length property. The user suggests checking if the array's length is greater than 0. However, they caution that this method can be misleading if you delete elements from the array, as it may still report a length greater than 0 even if all elements are undefined. So the best practice? Use the length check. It's simple, effective, and gets the job done. Plus, remember to always validate that your variable is indeed an array before checking its length. And there you have it. You now know the best way to check if an array is empty in jQuery. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more coding tips and tricks. Happy coding!